For just £5 a month, you can get early access to all of our podcast episodes, copies of our script, access to further information, and that is just the tip of the iceberg. Head over to patreon.com/Sunday Night Mystery. £5 a month. That's cheaper than 15 minutes of parking at Bristol Airport. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Welcome back to Sunday Night Mystery, your guide through the chilling enigmas of the unknown, murder and mystery. I'm Brett, and tonight we embark on a journey into the heart of darkness, to the seaside town of Weston-super-Mare, where a routine stroll through Worlebury Woods turned into a nightmare. Helen Fleet enjoyed her retirement years, living in the house she shared in Osborne Road, Weston-super-Mare, with her younger sister, Betty Sparrow. On March the 28th, 1987, a retired factory inspector, 66-year-old Helen Fleet, ventured into the woods with her two loyal companions, white West Highland Terrier Bilbow and brown mongrel Cindy. On the day she died, she left her blue Datsun car in Worlebury Hill Road near the entrance to the woods. Helen had no idea that this would be her final journey. Stabbed 10 times, battered and strangled to death, her screams pierced the tranquility of the forest, marking the beginning of one of the most gruesome, baffling murders in history. The community was shaken to its core as the news of Helen's brutal demise spread like wildfire. Despite one of the largest investigations in the county's history, spanning over 4 decades, her killer has never been brought to justice. But why would someone target Helen, a beloved widow known for her gentle nature and love for her dogs? Helen's final moments remain shrouded in mystery, but the pieces of the puzzle begin to emerge. 2 people reported hearing a scream in the woods at 12:20 p.m. that Saturday afternoon, followed by the heartbreaking discovery of Helen's lifeless body, which was found 20 minutes later by her friend Sylvia Lewis, who lived in Worle and who had been alerted by the barking of the dogs. Sylvia's frantic call for help brought David and Hazel Davies into the woods, where they found Helen with her faithful companions, Bilbow and Cindy. The scene was a chilling tableau of violence, a stark reminder of the darkness lurking beneath the surface of a seemingly peaceful town. The investigation that followed was relentless, with over 120 officers tirelessly working to uncover the truth, yet, despite their efforts, the motive behind Helen's murder remains elusive. Was she simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, or was there a deeper, more sinister connection to her assailant? Police began working on a theory that Mrs. Fleet may have known her killer after reports that she'd been seen talking to a youth. Witnesses also spotted another 2 youths running out of the woods around 30 minutes after the murder. The focus of the investigation shifted to this mysterious youth seen fleeing the scene, a fleeting shadow in the darkness, carrying a yellow hard hat or a crash helmet. Could this enigmatic figure hold the key to unlocking the secrets of Worlebury Woods? As the years passed, new leads emerged, tantalizing glimpses into the truth behind Helen's tragic end. One witness described a youth aged 15 to 18 wearing a white ski jacket with red and blue trim, while another reported a 16-year-old wearing a ski jacket adorned with red and grey or dark blue squares. Were these youths mere bystanders, or were they accomplices to a heinous act of violence? 13 years after Helen's murder, a glimmer of hope emerged, a potential witness coming forward with crucial information. Following a reconstruction, this time on HTV's Crime Stoppers, another potential witness came forward. This revelation reignited the flames of the investigation, shedding new light on Helen's final interactions and raising the possibility of justice finally being served. A man came forward and suggested Mrs. Fleet had been talking to a youth who played with her two dogs on the day of her death. A photo fit was released by police, hoping to identify this mystery youth. The murder weapon was never discovered, but there are items from the crime scene which police are able to retest for DNA, using advanced techniques which weren't possible in 1987. Retired police officer Chris Clark said he believed Mrs. Fleet could have been the first victim of a serial killer. He told national newspapers that her murder had a stark resemblance to the murders of Kate Bushell, aged just 14, from Exmouth in Devon, and 41-year-old Lynn Bryant in Cornwall, which both remain unsolved. Miss Bushell was killed on November the 15th, 1997, while exercising a neighbour's Jack Russell. Her throat had been cut, and residents spotted a blood-soaked man running from the area, who was never found. Less than a year later, housewife and mother of two, Lynn Bryant was knifed to death on October the 20th, 1998, while walking her lurcher on the Roslyn Peninsula near her home in Truro. The 41-year-old, a grandmother, had been stabbed in the neck, chest, and back. The link between Helen's murder and others in the so-called Dogwalker killings has proved a fascinating theory. While it's important to note that these connections are speculative, the similarities between the cases are too striking to ignore. 4 killings spanning over 11 years paint a chilling picture of terror and brutality. But are they connected? Let's examine the evidence. In each case, lone women walking dogs in isolated areas became the targets of unspeakable violence. Despite occurring in broad daylight, with good visibility, the attacks were swift and merciless, leaving no room for escape. The level of violence inflicted upon the victims was staggering, a relentless onslaught of stabbings, beatings, and strangulation, yet amidst the carnage, there was never any evidence of sexual assault or robbery. The perpetrator, it seems, was both meticulous and impulsive, a paradoxical blend of organisation and spontaneity. Weapons were brought and taken away, leaving no trace behind, and while the attacks appeared opportunistic, they were carried out with chilling precision. Over the years, theories have emerged linking these murders to a single individual, a phantom lurking in the shadows, driven by an insatiable urge to kill. If Helen Fleet was indeed the first victim, the offender may have been in his teens at the time, an immature, unrefined killer driven by impulse. But why the 10-year gap between Helen's murder and the next known killing? Speculation abounds. Imprisonment, travel, or personal upheaval may have intervened, triggering a resurgence of violent impulses. As the years passed, the body count rose, each murder more savage than the last. Yet, amidst the horror, a pattern emerged. The geographic proximity of the killings suggested a familiarity with the surroundings, a calculated predator stalking his prey. Retired police officer Chris Clark, a seasoned investigator, has spent years unravelling the threads of these mysteries. His insights shed light on the psychological profile of the killer, an individual driven by madness yet methodical in his approach. The lack of harm to the dogs in each attack is a curious detail. Is it a sign, perhaps, of a deeper psychological motive at play? For Chris Clark, the connection between the victims lies not just in their shared fate, but in the presence of their faithful companions, a sinister ritual unfolding amidst the chaos. As the investigation continues, detectives from multiple jurisdictions remain vigilant, their efforts fueled by a determination to bring closure to the victims' families. While the truth may remain elusive, the pursuit of justice endures, a beacon of hope in the darkness. Are these 4 separate crimes, or are they the handiwork of a single elusive killer? The answer may lie hidden in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered by those brave enough to confront the unknown. Yet despite the passage of time, Helen's killer remains at large, their identity shrouded in darkness. But as the shadows of Worlebury Woods cast their long reach, one question lingers. Will the truth ever come to light? Join us next time as we delve into another chilling mystery that continues to confound investigators and haunt communities. Until then, stay vigilant and never forget those who've been lost to the shadows. For in the darkest of nights, it's only the light of hope that can guide us forward towards a future where justice prevails and shadows fade away. As we reflect on this haunting case, we're reminded of the importance of never giving up hope and seeking justice for those who can no longer speak for themselves. Join us next time for another episode of Sunday Night Mystery and journey once again into the mysteries of the night, where some enigmas defy resolution, leaving us to simply ponder the secrets of the past. Until next week, stay safe and remember, the truth may be hidden, but as long as we keep the investigation alive, it's never truly lost. I'm Brett. I'll see you next time on Sunday Night Mystery.